Hey Virgo, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 15th to the 21st of July. Remember, you don't make these fit if they don't fit. I'm going to check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus sign. I'm going to interpret for relationship as well as career. We'll end with some more specific extended oracles for relationship for those of you who are interested. Let's get right into this. So yeah, it's a lot about Cancer energy this week. It's a lot about how safe do I feel in this? How good do I feel? Is this the right thing for me, right? Very much being in that space. Virgo, for you guys right now, it's Cancer. It's the 11th house energies for you guys. Because Mercury is going to be continuing to come out of retrograde. It's going to be in shadow until the 26th. It's stationing direct on the 12th. It's not going to be out of shadow until the 26th. So those communication snafus, all of that. But again, it's all through the lens of Cancer, that 4th house energy. The what makes me feel safe. It's the I feel, right? And it's big. It's a big energy. We have Saturn in there as well, you know, making us really look in the rearview mirror and think about how is this a good thing for me to be in over the long term? Because it's like a lot of long-term energies that are going to be going on here. And you're going to be feeling finally an alignment between your heart and your head in this area for you guys of your 11th house, right? And what I like about this for you is it's going to be like this emotional intelligence at play, right? When this energy joins with the new moon in Cancer, you know, again, in that 11th house for you. So it's both Mercury's coming out of shadow in your 11th house, and we're dealing with this new moon in your 11th house. The new moon is happening on the 20th. So I like this for you because something is going to be very illuminated for you, possibly leading up to this point for sure. But for many of you, though, it's really going to be this energy of thinking about that 11th house, having to do with friends, associations, your neighborhood, your community. The 11th house, guys, is also about, for many of you, it's your own business. If you have your own business. For others of you, it's going to have to do with your long-term dream and goals, your long-term goals. What it is that you actually want for yourself long-term. Such a long-term vibe here. You know, on top of that, for those, I'm not sure how many of you saw my Chiron retrograde video. If you haven't, do check it out. I did link a hyperlink of it in the description box below. We're going to be doing a lot of healing, a lot of digging out of the soul of things that we really need to pull out and look at between now and December. And you guys are having that happen in your 8th house, which is a big house, right? That's the house of Scorpio that's ruled by Pluto. It's about transformation. It's about other people's money. It's about inheritance and debt and taxes and insurance payouts, and you know, it has to do with intimacy. There's a lot of healing that's going to be going on there. But within that healing, guys, you're going to be saying every step of the way, how do I feel in this? Can I see myself in this relationship X amount of years down the road? You know, are there any red flags that I really need to pay attention to? Can I see myself doing this job X amount of years down the road? Because it's not about the short term here, you know, that 11th house energy. It's really not. It's not about the short term. All right. So we have birds. We got the 2 12s, right? Okay. So this is the Lenormand deck. For those of you who aren't familiar, Lenormand is a different system. It looks like tarot, but it's not. Why don't we start with these guys here? Why not? So with Lenormand, we can acknowledge what each card indicates, but we have to read them together and how they speak to each other. So as you can see, we have 2 number 12 cards here. So these birds, these are more like hummingbirds, and these are owls. So this first one does indicate very quite literally social media, tweeting, right? Having to do with gossip, information, but it's a text coming in, it's a phone call, it's an email, it's some sort of communication coming in. Almost like busy chatter, somebody who has something that they need to tell you, something they need to get off their chest, but then the owls are coming in and saying, like, listen beyond the words, Virgo, listen beyond the words. And then we have the magnifying glass, absolutely. We have the owls followed by the magnifying glass. You better pay attention to everything that's being said to you regarding this relationship, regarding this job, whatever is coming in. don't just straight out of the gate believe everything that you're hearing, okay? I'm not saying that they're being dishonest, but they might not be 100%, there is such a thing, you guys all know, about lying through omission. What do you mean? I didn't lie to you. Yeah, but you left half of the important stuff out, kind of thing. Or, there could be a sense of manipulation involved with this kind of energy as well. Like the first words in and of itself is kind of nice. It's like good information coming in, positive gossip about you going on. But then the owls are like, really? I don't know. You really need to pay attention. People are talking about you, Virgo. They're talking about you. So you really need to pay attention to what it is that you're hearing. And definitely watch your P's and Q's in this energy for sure until Mercury comes out of shadow anyway, right? We just want to make sure, because we have this action going on in your 11th house of friends. So yeah, you want to just be careful there. Okay. So why don't we throw some astro dice, pull a card, and then we'll get to the tarot, 4th house of home, Libra, Jupiter. Yeah, look, Jupiter, it's time to take that chance, right? You really have to take that chance. It's time to expand your mind. What's begging you to take that chance that you've been kind of veering away from? It's really time for you to grow your life in the biggest way. And I like that we got the 4 here. 4th house is Cancer. We have a lot of this energy is happening in Cancer. And I like that what I'm getting with this is that the decisions that you're making for yourself and for your life are based in acknowledging what's necessary for you to feel fully grounded and safe in something, as safe as you can feel. Do you know what I mean? Where we're all intelligent enough, pretty much, right, to recognize that we can't micromanage away, even though Virgo, right, you guys are a very critical sign, you're very critical thinkers, all of them, Virgo rising right there with you. But this is about getting in touch with what makes you feel safe, secure, grounded, right? And not allowing that to drive your decisions, right? Yeah, because that's what, look, then we have Libra. Libra is the 7th house of relationships and deep soul connection. So this doesn't have to be intimate relationship. And this would be like serious relationship, guys, like marriage level, not love affairs, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of stuff. That would be more 5th house energy. But this is 7th house energy, but it also has to do with business partnerships and anyone that we have a shared soul purpose with. So that could even be a family connection, right? Be a business partner, employee, employer, anybody like in that arena. But being very cognizant about what's fair, how do I feel in this, right? Because it's Libra, we're Libras by Venus. Venus is that trifecta of, it's money, it's connection, right? It's love, but it's also our sense of self and how much self-value do we feel being involved in this. So you're really watching your own back, and I really like that. I think that's super healthy. I really like that. It's pushing you to take a chance, but at the same time, take the chance, but do it in a smart way, which, seriously, do I even need to say that, Virgo, right? You guys are the most critical sign, critical thinking, right? Beautiful. Very pragmatic. And then we have Aquarius. Aquarius, you're going to be very future focused. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. It's all about the future. Doing things differently. How have you been doing it? You're going to be doing it differently. I like this for you, Virgo. This is great. Because you're really going to be getting in touch with doing things in your life different. Taking that chance, Virgo. You guys are going to be... We're all growing, but Virgos are really doing some serious growing because you have Chiron retrograde in the 8th house of transformation. So much healing is going to be going on, and you're going to be realizing that in order to really make your soul happy and be where you need to be, you need to do things different from what you've been doing up to now. Not that what you have been doing hasn't served you in whatever way it was meant to, but you've reached this impasse in your life where you're recognizing that it's time to do things differently. I'm going to tell you, without just from a very, holistic, quick view, you are dealing with one crazy ass ego here. I don't know where, but let's go through. I'm not vibing that it's yours. But regardless, we're starting out. So this is you, where you're at now, what you're moving into, and then the final outcome. We have the Lover's energy. So whenever we have the Lover's, first of all, it's the Gemini card. And this is the need to make a decision in love, Okay, that's always the Lover's energy. In the reverse, it does indicate that the shadow sides of your personality are coming out and that there's something you don't trust about the connection if you're here with relationship on your heart. Now, this could be you having a change of heart and you pulling out of it, or somebody else doing that, or you at least vibing. Something is amiss. This can indicate flirting. This can, outside of the connection, or it could just indicate out of nowhere somebody just dropping out of the connection like that, where it incites this lack of stability, right, within the union. Now, if this has to do with a job, this could that could be same thing except with a business partner, where the shadow sides of your personalities come out with your employees, your employer, where it's like you just feel like you're speaking completely different language. And you're going to get to this point where you're going to say, did they change or did I do all the changing? Because I just know this doesn't feel right anymore. And you are very likely, just because of the transits that are going on, to feel like I'm the one who did the changing here. This is like, yeah. But why did you do the changing? What were you not getting that incited the change? Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing exists in a vacuum. Do you know what I mean? But you've changed. You've changed for sure. And we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, listen. Two of Wands is a new path, right? It's a new, but Wands are will and motivation, right? It's Two of Wands is a Mars and Aries energy. So it's this fighter spirit to get onto this new path. And in the reverse, you're just like, you know what? That path is not for me anymore. You're realizing, I have been in this job for so many years. I don't think I could do it for like another 6 months. Like, you feeling this call to change. You're feeling this call to change maybe what you're studying in school. You're feeling called to get out of that relationship because you're realizing, wow, how did I not see this up to this point? Do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, these things that maybe never really bothered you before have grown like wings and fangs, right? Where you cannot ignore them anymore. And you're just knowing like that is the truth of the situation. That is the truth, Queen of Swords, Virgo and Libra. Super, super pragmatic, right? Virgo is your energy. So you're very pragmatic about relationships. You're very clear. You're very focused. You in Libra. Libra rules relationships and these connections. And there you are with your sword energy, figuring people out. As soon as they walk in the room, they don't even have to open their mouth. You have their agenda figured out. You have their motivations figured out. And you understand. Now, for some of you, this can indicate being a single parent. And that just being the straight up reality for you. This could be you dealing with a very strong female energy. Now, this could be male or female, but meaning that strong type of female energy, almost like a motherly energy coming out to protect her young, kind of thing. So protect their business, protect themselves, protect, this idea of protection and maybe being a little sharp in the tongue, in the process, because it's a court card. So we have to understand it as you, as an external person, or as just a general energy. But I do get this idea of truth being served up, and you're just realizing like, whoa, no, I don't want to be in that anymore. I just don't. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse. So this is really not a good mentor that is crossing your path. Could be you dealing with somebody close to you, could be dealing with getting some really bad advice from the wrong person. Or this could just be you dealing with somebody's crazy ego. I mean, the Hierophant reverse is very set on their own ideologies and is set on their own methodologies and the way they think things should be. And they will dig their heels in. And even if something is so incredibly apparent to you that they're doing, or that, that maybe needs adjusting, in how they're handling things, they will not want to actually own up to it. They won't. They will dig their heels in and they won't do it. And the thing is, that ends up leading to a Queen of Cups in reverse energy. This is Gemini and Cancer. So when we have a Gemini and Cancer, there's some like wonky communication, and whatever happens, you're not feeling safe. At the end of the day, Virgo, you're not feeling safe, because that Cancer energy is that fourth house, roots, home. I feel safe. If you scare me, I'm going to do the crabby side shuffle and hide, and you're not going to be able to get me out no matter what you do, right? So this is something, some sort of either lying through omission, some sort of unhealthy, toxic communication is happening here. For many of you, it could even be the realization that somebody hasn't been fully transparent with you. Well, if it's in... Sorry about that. The video cut out on me. Crazy Mercury retrograde. So, yeah. So, feeling unsafe, right? That's the thing with these Cancer energies, is this idea of some sort of communication coming in, not coming in, either it's unhealthy communication, or you just feeling like somebody is holding back. And you feel like if there was more transparency, you wouldn't have to deal with that Hierophant reverse energy. But it's not there. But this is the thing. I do sense that something was over a while ago, right? Ten of Swords energy does indicate the end of a cycle. It's one sword at a time over time. And this, in the reversal position does indicate that it's over already. It was over like maybe here-ish, right? It's Mercury and Virgo, right? And it's just this communication coming in a very pragmatic way, right? Within yourself, you're saying to yourself, you know what? No, this isn't right for me. And you just knowing that, because there was something you were vibing. If it wasn't like an overt action that this person was illustrating towards you, it was certainly this feeling that, well, like, man, my shoes were on the wrong feet, you know, that kind of vibe. But I do like this. I love the next two cards for sure. I mean, I think this is just like a very positive, healthy reading for you. Honestly, we have the Nine of Pentacles, right? Nine of Coins. So this is the I could breathe card, right? This is an independent woman, an independent man, somebody who is doing okay with money, okay? So now let's just backtrack a little bit. If you're dealing with some sort of career situation and you being in the space of feeling, you know what, I don't know if I want to even stay in that position because I just don't feel safe. I don't trust it. I don't trust the people. I don't trust that it's going to be there tomorrow. I just don't feel it. But I feel like the change in the job came already with the Ten of Swords in reverse. So maybe you were laid off, you were furloughed, something happened. And if it had to do with career, it just could have been because of the COVID situation. But you being in this space where you're acknowledging and accepting the fact that something is over as it is, but then really nice in the final outcome energy, we have the Nine of Coins, and I really like this. Regardless if this is for career, relationship, friendship, family connection, this is Venus in you, Venus in Virgo, feeling, and then we have another Venus energy right under it, Empress, and we love that because this is about building. This is about creating wealth for yourself, that actual wealth having to do with resources, but also internal wealth inside yourself, and really bringing yourself what it is that you want, need, and desire in relationship, in that job. But where you're going to be in a space, Virgo, where you're going to be able to breathe. Again, Nine of Coins, there's independence here, and there's having more than enough. You haven't totally arrived. You haven't totally arrived yet, you know, whatever that even means, right? But it's this, okay, finally I could like get that thing that I've really been wanting to spend a little extra on, or, oh, you know what, I can finally breathe in a relationship, or I don't feel so restricted the way I did, or I didn't realize that relationship made me feel so restricted. And it's just this being able to just breathe. And then we have the Empress energy. This is Venus, right? Yeah. The Empress is perpetually pregnant, right? So the seed is planted, cultivated, you know, grown, birthed, and then she does it all over again. So this is about ideas coming to light. Like, you're just going to be Virgo, like, no kidding. I mean, honestly, I see a lot of things popping for you guys by September, especially as we get out of this retrograde season, but you guys are just going to be doing so much growing. And there are going to be a lot of really good energies popping in your career sector, as well as in your relationships, because you're going to be seeing things differently. Your view of resources is going to be different. Your view of how you show up when you're with other is going to be different. You understand? I mean, this is big. having these energies in the places that you have them. Really nice. Again, love Venus. So Venus is money, it's a love, it's feeling good, it's growing, it's growing in the way that you need. Now, then we have the Three of Cups energy. So in reverse. So the Three of Cups in reverse, this can indicate some sort of flirtation or indulgence gone too far that you're recognizing, with some sort of affair or heated emotions. Now, this doesn't have to be a third party. It certainly can be, but it doesn't have to be. This could just be something being taken a tad too far because of somebody's ego, you know. Now, in established relationships, there may be distance and a lack of cohesion and understanding, where someone close may be overly opinionated, very egotistical, again with the ego here. And the dynamics of a close relationship, be it romantic or friendship, become very skewed in this energy. So some sort of emotional betrayal in friendship is also a common meaning, right, of this energy. But here, creativity does take a nosedive too, as creative blocks become an issue for you. It may be hard to get started because you end up suffering from like a lack of motivation and support. And if this ends up happening to you, just take a break, return to your projects when you feel more grounded and less affected by others' emotional demands right now. But this energy can also indicate an irritating or recurrent health problem that does need your attention, that you might just have to deal with a little something with that. But you know, at the end of the day, I feel like whatever you're needing to deal with from an external energy, you're dealing with it. And you're moving on, and you're holding on to your sense of self, and you're focusing on what really matters, and you're letting the deadwood fall off the tree. And I know a lot of you don't like when I say that, you think it's mean, but guys, honestly, that is the truth, right? When you take a tree and you shake it really hard, the stuff that's not meant to stay on that tree, that dead wood, is going to fall off. That's what it is, right? So I do see that happening for you. Yep, yeah. All right, so that's what I have for that leg of the reading. Now let's pull some oracles for those wanting more information on love, okay? Okay, so we're going to do love oracles, Island Time Wellness, and my silly little homemade deck. Okay, let's pull some energies for our Virgo friends, anything they need to know about relationship, anybody that's in their energy field, whether they're with them or not. Let your friends help you. Pay attention to the red flags. That's the owl and the birds with the magnifying glass and the Lenormand. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. You know, and that really could have been happening with that Lover's reverse, as I was mentioning before, you know, where you were just like, I don't know. Something's not right here. My shoes are on the wrong feet kind of thing. Abundance. Yes. Keep a positive mindset. Coffee cup. Very nice. Meeting and conversing. Savoring the moment. Feeling uplifted. Friendship. Let your friends help you. Palm tree. Oh, that's so funny. So funny. Well, I was just saying, shake the dead wood off the tree. I mean, that really is a saying that's born out of like very stormy behavior. And it's, the palm tree is the same thing, right? Because it's about stability and security. Palm trees are very stable, right? There's a lot of stability to them. In a storm, they're not going to really fall down. They're going to sway with the wind. So that's good. Okay, let's go a little deeper and see what is going on in the emotional space deep down. Deep down. Okay, cool. I want to do everything with you. Oh. Well, I don't know. I like this for you guys. Look, all right. First of all, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay, so that's whether you're in a significant relationship or not, right? Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So we did just kind of address this. Then we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, so it does seem like there's somebody new in the scene. Make sure you're paying attention to everything. And we have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. So much is that. I mean, honestly, just stay focused on like thinking positive, keeping a positive. Coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. So this could be, you know, that you guys actually meet for the first time. You go out and have coffee, or your, you know, group of friends, something like that. Or your friends are being a great support for you right now. But then we have palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. So there is something here that honestly is so good for you coming in, having to do with this romantic feelings, but I feel like you're not seeing absolutely everything. So then we have, I want to do everything with you. It's time for a new cycle with updated thinking and a fresh mindset. That's exactly what Chiron in the 8th house is going to be bringing you. You make me want to be a better version of myself. So I feel like you're meeting somebody that's going to have a very profound effect on you, but you want to pay attention that they walk their talk. That is the only like little caveat that I'm seeing that I feel very compelled to mention, just because we got those birds before, and the owls, and the magnifying glass, and now this red flag energy. So yeah, I feel like this is somebody new coming in though. And we get the Hierophant. Okay, meeting somebody new. 9 of Wands. You still have fire in your belly for a relationship. The 9 of Wands is Moon in Sagittarius. So Moon is I feel. Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity towards luck and expansion. Notice he has a bandage on his head. He has been through the war, right? He's been through a lot, but he still has fire in his belly. He still feels it deep inside. He's still ready to go. He's still ready to grow. 3 of Pentacles, it's all about growing. Mars and Capricorn energy, very nice. Okay, I call this the architect card, right? It's like the blueprint is being created so that you can give it to the contractor to build the house that you're going to be living in, right? So there's a lot of planning that goes on in this phase. Very nice. We have the Magician. Lots of Mercury energy is going to be happening for you guys. You know, the Magician is a Mercury energy, and we got the birds, and that's the birds are Mercury, right? Because it's all about communication. But this is an alchemical card, being able to make something happen, make something work. That might seem on its face at first very complicated, but it's not. And the 10 of Wands is you just really super busy. I'm feeling for many of you guys, it's just you've been in a space of feeling so overtaxed mentally, psychologically, and maybe even physically, right? Because this is like the multitasker energy, the 10 of Wands, and you're just like, I cannot do it anymore. I need to put these wands down. It's just all like really exhausting for you. But then we have the Sun. So it's like as soon as you give it over to Spirit, let whatever's going to happen, put those damn wands down. You have to put them down. It's just the way it needs to be. It's Saturn and Sagittarius. It just all became too challenging, right? But then we have the Sun, and the Sun is the warmth and the heat and the nutrients and everything that we need for that beautification of a land to be able to grow what it is that we'd like. All right, fully grown trees and flowers are not shot down from the sky. We need the sun to help grow them, but we need to do the work. We need to do the work. So I do get that, you know, you've been through so much, and you're just in this space where you just have to let go and make the decision to just, I hate to say it, but kind of like not care about certain things anymore. So you can focus on moving forward. Focus on that 3 of Pentacles energy. Focus on that the Magician. Focus on the Hierophant. Focus on moving forward and creating something new for yourself, because I see this energy here is a very firm energy. You're going to have a lot of abundance. So I really like this. Just make sure that you're paying attention to everything. That's it. Just make sure you're paying attention to everything, that they're walking their talk. That's it. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.